Welcome to Applied Risk Solutions Auto Accident Reporting and Investigation Training Module. Following these procedures will ensure your safety and provide the necessary documentation for your defense in the event of litigation and help us to efficiently settle all claims. It's very important to review the accident reporting procedures with all drivers before they drive, and especially before they've had an accident. Knowing what information must be gathered immediately is critical because some evidence is lost almost immediately within minutes after an accident. And remember, never admit fault. And we want you to take pictures with your phone and fill out the auto accident reporting form. It's very important to note the exact time of an accident when it happens. Immediately after an accident, get an exact time because this information can be very helpful if the other driver was texting and driving or talking on their phone. It's a very good defense that the other driver was distracted and partially at fault for the accident. If there are injuries, call 911 immediately, else call the police. We want you to write down tag numbers of any witnesses. There will be vehicles in the vicinity possibly that will witness the accident, and most of the time they won't stop. These tag numbers can be critical if their testimony is needed to substantiate your story. Do not exit the car until it is safe. There are a lot of pedestrian fatalities after crashes where the drivers get out of their vehicles and are hit by other cars. And we want you to take pictures before moving the vehicles when possible. This provides very good evidence for the exact position that the vehicles ended up in. And having these pictures kind of from backing up a little bit allows us to show the exact location in lanes or in relationship to landmarks. This is important because in most states it's required to move the vehicles off the road if possible. This is to prevent other vehicles from running into you and to help the flow of traffic, prevent traffic jams. Next, we'd like you to report it to your supervisor. Start filling out the accident reporting form and take some close-up pictures of the physical damage. If employees are injured, either drivers or other employees of the company that are in the vehicle, the supervisor will follow the workman's comp accident reporting procedures. The procedures for that are contained in a different training module. This is a copy of the accident reporting form. Note the sketch at the top. This is an example of what we would like to see in diagramming the accident. 3 scenes would be ideal: before the accident, during the accident, and how the vehicles ended up after the accident. Labeling these vehicles as Vehicle A and Vehicle B and who was driving each vehicle aids in the narrative description of the accident so that you can accurately describe what happened and who was at fault. This is the back page of the accident reporting form. It contains a lot of specific details about the drivers and such. The date of the accident, the time, the employee information, including his name, his mailing address, his email address, phone numbers, license number, insurance carrier. Contains information about the other driver, his name, address, driver's license number, type of vehicle, insurance company, policy number. Critical pieces of information that we need. It also has a section for injured persons as far as their names, addresses, phone numbers, approximate ages, an area for damage to property, a place for witnesses if you have names of witnesses, and also a place for driver's accident description as far as the condition of the roads, weather conditions, traffic controls, different things like that. And the last section contains an area about the police report, whether or not a police was called to the scene, the officer's badge number, the police department, the police report number, as far as the accident report number, and if tickets were issued, and if they were, whom were they issued to. It's very important for drivers to have reviewed these procedures before driving and having an accident. There's just too many pieces of information that if it's not gathered immediately after the accident, the critical evidence may be difficult to find. It's also important to ensure that all vehicles contain proof of insurance and that they have an accident reporting form. It's also important to make drivers aware that they're responsible to report all traffic violations or citations to their managers regardless of whether or not the incident occurred at work. It's just part of our policy. And drivers are required to fully complete the accident report after any auto accident and submit it to their managers the same day of the accident. This information must be completed the same day. It cannot be completed days or weeks later. And remember, never admit fault. Do you use your own personal vehicle for work purposes sometimes? If so, we want you to follow the same accident reporting procedure if you're using your personal vehicle and you have a crash while on company business. And if you should have a crash in your personal vehicle while on company business, it's very important to contact Applied Risk Solutions before you or the other driver contacts your insurance carrier. We can be reached at 678-384-5492. In review, remember, complete the form, make sure it's legible. Send the report and pictures to your corporate office the same day of the accident. Any document that is faxed or sent directly to Applied Risk Solutions needs to have a cover sheet with your company's name. And if the employee is injured, remember to follow the steps for completing the report of injury accident reporting form that's part of the Workman's Comp injury reporting procedure. That information is contained in a separate module. If there's no injury, you only have to fill out the auto accident report. That's all that's needed. Thank you.